honestly.
No, it's fine. So the idea is that like our default is to be the people in the cave, right? And what we think everything we see is reality, and that's the way it's supposed to see. We have to like the shared way we see things. And the person being unchained and go outside the cave was supposed to be some type of enlightenment. So like as they go and get new information, they try to bring it back to the people who didn't have the information. Like they react violently. They don't like. They're not like, oh, this is interesting. You're
Okay.
presenting new information. It's that cognitive dissonance. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess I was expecting it to be similar to the monkeys in the cage experiment, but it's kind of like the opposite because it's like it's people in the cage go out and try to bring information back, where the monkey one is like people who are in the cage experiencing something, somebody from the outside come in trying to say something different, and then they just like start doing what everybody else do once they experience what they experience. I thought it was gonna be more like that, but it's showing like a different side of it. So okay, that makes sense when you explained that. And that's true. And that would probably be why people push back on you. And that's true. And that would probably be why people push back on you trying to tell them something, like trying to enlighten them about something. That's why they push back so hard. Um, on what you're saying. I think we experience that a lot.
Right? Because conspiracies is like is another layer to it. Because sometimes somebody could come to you and they like, no, this new information. So it's like we got to know how to critique a conspiracy. And my understanding is like, if one thing not being true can like destroy your argument, then you haven't presented enough evidence to support your argument. But that's the one like becomes a struggle. But it I think one of it is like not always assuming everybody else is in the cage, but understanding that like we still and we in the cave. Does that make sense? Haley is. If
Yeah.
y'all want to come up here and get feedback, go ahead and request that. But Lynn, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Me, I don't know. It closely relates to the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all see that? How
Yeah.
I would draw that a conclusion? Like it's kind of like it's almost like a cognitive bias. Y'all know that's my favorite little word. Um, and I I can see that. I can see it, but then it leads me to also think deeper, like which end am I on the spectrum when I'm delivering information? So I don't know a lot, but I guess that explains the Dunning Kruger effect too. Because I was just about to say a lot of times that'll keep me from sharing the information because I feel like I'm not equipped to share it, and I guess like that's the thing about the Dunning Kruger effect.
But that wouldn't be Dunning Kruger. Dunning Kruger, you would be saying that shit loudly and think that like
Yeah, but the Dunning Kruger effect is like the people who are not knowledgeable, they're the loudest, and the people who are knowledgeable on something, they often don't speak or they're quiet about it.
yeah, I get what you're saying. What's up, Liz?
Hi everyone. I thought the Dunning-Kruger effect was more about like how much you perceived yourself as being like either not necessarily just smart, but also like good at something, or as compared to other people, right? So like you would say like if you were to ask someone like how smart do you think you are, and they said, well, I think I'm in the top 20 percentile, like the top 50% of people will say they're in the top 20th percentile, not necessarily about like how much you know or don't know.
No, the Dunning Kruger effect is simply a cognitive bias in which the loudest people often have the most to say. I mean, the people who have the least knowledge have the most to say and are the loudest, and the people who have more majority of the knowledge are the quietest and oftentimes shy away from speaking up.
Right, like on the other, right, yeah. But I thought that was like, yes, that is the Dunning-Kruger effect, but I thought that was more like having to do with like sophomoricism, which is like when when someone who doesn't have a lot of knowledge gets a little bit of knowledge, they think that like they know everything when really they don't know anything.
I think that's different.
Is it?
Yeah, because the person in the Dunning-Kruger effect don't know anything.
All right,
But sophomoricism, you said?
Yeah. It means like a wise fool. Like have you ever heard the phrase like if you give like the most dangerous person is like an idiot with a book?
a smart ass dumb person.
Like somebody who's like very ignorant, but you gave him like a couple facts and he took that and like
Okay, so let me tell you what AI say. You gonna trust AI? I don't
I
know.
mean, I don't know.
Let's see. No, sophomoricism is not the same as the Dunning-Kruger effect. Though they share some similarities, the Dunning-Kruger effect describes the cognitive bias where individuals with low competence overestimate their abilities, while those with high competence underestimate theirs. Sorry, I just ate something else on my mouth water. Sophomoricism, on the other hand, is a broader term referring to a personality style characterized by a combination of insecurity, superficiality, and the tendency to avoid intellectual rigor. While sophomoricism can manifest as a superficial understanding of a topic, which might seem similar to the Dunning-Kruger effect, is driven by a different set of motivations related to personal insecurities and a desire to be seen as knowledgeable about the actual effort of understanding. Hmm.
Can
They
you
described
spell?
that well, I think.
Can you spell
What'd you
that
say?
for
They,
me?
who's they? I mean, AI did.
Can somebody spell sophomoricism? I'm over here struggling.
Oh, it's soft, like soft, and
Mm-hmm.
then Moricism.
Wait, no, it's like sophomore,
Yeah,
SOP.
that's what I said. No, it's SO. According to FAI, is SOFT. That's what's coming up on mine.
Really? No, so it's like the word sophomore, like freshman, sophomore. That's like the root word because it means wise fool. And when you're like a sophomore in high school or in college, you are still like at the beginning, but you're
Maybe I spelled it wrong, and AI is
yeah,
just going with my spelling.
That's why I keep getting sophomoric.
Hold on.
yeah,
Maybe AI just believed me on the spelling. AI was like, I know what you're saying. It's
yeah,
okay, baby.
probably, yeah, because yeah, that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, AI, like, I know what you mean, baby.
I'm over here struggling.
See, it's not pulling up. When I put in is sophomoricism the way that you said to spell it, the same as the Dunning-Kruger effect, it's coming up as like a sophomore. And it's coming up as like a school year. It's not coming up as, it's not bringing up what I just described. But when I spell it the way that I spell it, it's it's coming up with a whole thing.
Whole time I'm still struggling with the spelling. I got all right. I'm over it. You want to talk about the topic or the video, Liz?
I just
Video.
Don't worry about the video. I just played it. You want to
Oh,
respond to
I
the
wasn't here. Yeah.
it's Plato allegory of the cave.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is hard. But like, especially when you're like, it's hard, but it's also important not to get wrapped up in how hard it is, especially when you are part of the like oppressive group of people, right? Like, and I was just telling this to someone today because she was like, I'm in this all what town of all white people and I'm like the only one and it's so hard and I'm like, don't do that, because it's like the system that you're deconstructing from is also the one that you benefit from, and to like center yourself as like a victim of deconstruction is weird. But yeah, it is hard. Like I remember John Brown saying like it's a lonely road, and but it's, you know, we're not doing it for any other reason that's like, you know, glorifying or for validation or anything. But yeah, it's a lonely road.
So if it's lonely, why do you do it?
Because I think that, okay, so like my main deconstruction right now is racism. So I think that I truly think that racism and white supremacy are the biggest issues in this country, like have been forever, and that they have held this country back, and that that we would all benefit from the dismantling of the system that exists.
Hey, Coco. Has it been like isolating at all? Has it like impact like your relationships outside of social media?
Yeah, yes, because it makes me feel like, because prior to deconstruction, like I wouldn't look at other white people and immediately think like you probably have really bigoted thoughts. You know, like it oftentimes wouldn't even come up whether they did or didn't. I wouldn't know. But now I'm like, now that I am cognizant of just how, especially down here, people often think and how common it is, and especially like how much more bold people are becoming with being blatant about it. Like I'm just, yeah, it's it makes me hesitant to even want to like make friends.
It's like that quote that Mia always saying, that James Baldwin quote, to be a person actually, but it said to be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a state of rage almost all of the time. And I think that like to be to be anybody in this country now and to be relatively woke is to be in a constant state of rage all the time. Because white tea people can now be woke about their own like um issues as far as like anti-blackness and inherent racism. And if you're a white tea woman, to be relatively conscious as far as misogyny goes, and you know, ableism and anything, any sort of ism, or you know, what is that shit called, capitalism, um is, yeah, you gonna always be in a rage. That quote hit the nail on the head, because everywhere you turn, it's a constant battle for you to be like, is it something worth mentioning or is it something to let go? And then if you let it go, it's almost aggravating, because it's like, is that my misogyny, internalized misogyny, or is that my internalized racism that's causing me to want to let it go because this person said something that I know is blatantly harmful to someone? But if I don't check it, is that perpetuating it? And if I check it, is that doing too much? Wait a minute, now I'm overthinking and I'm people pleasing, so now I'm misogynistic. What's worse, being misogynistic or being racist? It's like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, and I definitely always say something, like, unless, I mean, this hasn't happened yet, but unless it was like a situation where I knew my life would be in direct danger, like very obviously, maybe I wouldn't, but that hasn't happened. I always say something, and I'm like the annoying person. So that is, I mean, that can be very isolating too. It's like, you know, it's like the eye roll of like, come on, Liz, we're at a birthday party. Like we're at Disney World, chill out. But no, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, I think I embrace being an op, but so is ignorant bliss then, Lynn? If that's the case, like, is it is it better just to be ignorant then? Because I wonder if like some people get resentful at like being told certain information. Me, you
Yeah.
want
Oh, go ahead, Mia. You can answer because I got noise in my background.
Damn. The baby cute. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Um, because if I'm hearing you correctly, you saying like, would it be easier to not know and knowing? Do people who know, are they resentful? Is that, am I understanding you right?
There's like two separate questions. One was like, is ignorance really bliss? Then, if you're in a, if knowing what's going on puts you in a constant rage, right? Then my question would be, would you be resentful that you have to live like that? Like, is everybody embracing like it is what it is, or like you like, damn, I wish I never knew this. I wish this never happened, so I could be delusion.
Right. So it's like you gotta balance it, because like the way I describe it is like, because once you know, you can't unknow, right? Like once you know something, you can't unknow it. And the rage, like at the end of the day, um, the emotion of anger, which leads into rage, is simply can be, could be something that could cause you heart problems and health problems and mental problems, or you can manage it enough to where it can be a thing that protects you, and it can be a thing that motivates you, that pushes you to do something. So each person got to figure it out. So I'm at a place where I understand that my awareness doesn't change anything. My awareness helps me make decisions that could help people's lives be better. I can bring something to the table. I have ideas. I have talking points. I myself do certain things. There is nobody's paperwork I'm in. There is no blood on my hands, in the sense of like me hurting somebody or whatever, right? So I can say that for the most part, as best as I can, right? Because of course there's deeper things we can dive into. Because this fun, this device I'm talking to y'all on, this technically is blood in my hand. The couch I'm sitting on is blood on my buns, if you will. But if you just thinking of it in just a simple way, my awareness allows me to move accordingly. But my anger, that's what motivates me. So it motivated me into the career that I'm in. It motivated me into taking action locally that I do. It motivates me to vote the way that I vote. Like those are the things that my anger does. Now, is it, am I resentful? Yeah, because when you step into the part of you can't unknow what you know, it sometimes it's not fair that I'm supposed to be empathetic to people who don't know things, and I understand they don't know, but them not knowing is harmful. And it's not that I give a damn, because I don't give a damn. But other people are like, but no, if they don't know because they don't get it, how are you gonna get more people to understand if you don't talk to them a certain type of way? You gotta, you know how it goes. So that is where my resentment comes in. If I could, like, that's where the problem. I'm not gonna monologue on it, but that's where the resentment can come in. And I don't think it's nothing wrong. I think it's healthy to be resentful when you are understanding something that everybody else hasn't understood, and um you may have to kind of pull back on things that you might will want to be loud and boisterous about. You kind of have to be a little more gentle, and that could be a lot for one person to have to deal with. So yeah. Damn,
You
that's a
want
lot.
you wanted to say something, man?
But I guess that goes to Tara's point. You do need a community of people who are also on the same journey as you of deconstructing, because when the load get heavy or when you at a crossroads of like, where do I go from here? Do I let it go? Or do I, continue on, or is it gonna affect my journey? Or, you know, is this hurting, or could it be helping? That's when the community steps in and the community is like, hey, this is what I would do. This is a road that I have crossed. That's like a, a issue that I wouldn't bear. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like a burden I wouldn't bear, or I think you're able to move on from it. Whatever the case may be, the community is there to help guide you in that journey, and also take some of that load off of you, because just talking about it sometimes is good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm dealing with something as far as like misogyny, internalized misogyny, if I could talk about it with my friends or whoever, it's good to know that other people are on the same page as me. It keeps you from being gaslit too. Remember, we was having that conversation when it comes to manipulation and why men like to like single you out and leave you alone. I mean, and yeah, leave you lonely is because they don't want
Yeah.
you. My bad. My phone is unaliving.
Because Vaughn, I see what you like. You put on here. You don't force anything on people. I would say that that might be a problem with me because like when it comes to like implied consent, I don't care about it. Like, and I think that's like why a lot of people don't necessarily like me. Cause like I'm a force my not necessarily force my views, but I'm going to call some shit out. Like I don't know, but I'm also like when it comes to deconstructing, I feel like right now like I'm more like deconstructing like my self image right now. So I don't know. And in that, I'm embracing like the flaws that I have. In that, like some of the shit about me, gonna be like it's gonna be what it is, and I'm embracing that. But I don't know. Some shit I don't give a fuck about people consent. I'm gonna say it. You
Yeah.
might they might respond a certain way, but so the fuck what?
Um, as far as like the is it more blissful to be ignorant? I think that overall no, like sometimes in some contexts, but like whether or not you understand, for example, when we're talking about misogyny, whether or not you understand just like how misogynistic men are, whether you've come to terms with it, like if you're trying to date men, you're going to still be running into the same issues over and over again, right? And like maybe you're going to tell yourself like, oh well, it's just that I haven't met the right one yet, and I'm just going to like, and you're going to keep trying, but like it's going to keep being that same thing, like whether or not you and but then if you do understand, like you can make better decisions. And like when it comes to things like what, like when I started becoming cognizant of the fact that so many of the problems in this country just simply come down to racism, like whether or not people understand that the reason why we don't have things like universal healthcare in this country is because of racism, or like any kind of a social safety net is because of racism, or like all these things that we just don't have even though we have the money to have them, like we still don't have them if we don't understand that, right? But if we understand that, like, and we can understand what the problem really is, then we can work towards a solution, an actual one.
Thank you. Um,
I think it's hard. I think it's difficult, but I think that there's no there's no perfect answer because it really just doesn't matter. People are so different and people are going to do things differently. Like I guess like there are some people who wouldn't feel resentful. Like they would feel like they have this understanding that is their superpower. Like them not being able to unknow what they know or unlearn what they already learned is their superpower. Like they feel like they have something that is a gift that they can share with people, and they have the patience and they have the ability to share. And I think those people, have a certain role that helps soften the blow for somebody like a Tara or somebody like a Mia. Cause I'm tired, but I'm tired for a lot of other reasons. And me being fatigued.
Damn.
Oh, I was like, damn. Me being fatigued doesn't have me with a sharp temperament, or a sharp I don't have the ability to walk people down on stuff. Hey, you gonna get it. I'm gonna give it to you in a very kind way, but you ain't getting niceness. You gonna and then this kindness don't turn into weakness. This kindness turns into you a stupid bitch. That's what it turned into. So that's where I'm at. But I do think that there's some people who have the ability to walk people down in a way that is perfect, right? It's perfect. Like Lynn does that. I done seen Liz do that. That is y'all, like, being able to walk people down and bring them to the point. Beautiful. Picasso, something. But me, I like to get straight to it. Johnny had 5 apples, you dumb bitch. And that's where it's at.
Ma'am, you aggressive.
I am. I want to curse a motherfucker out. So, but that's why I think it's beautiful, because it's like a lane. But then the craziest thing is, I'm saying that, but there's times where I have way more patience in the situation, and Terry, you might have more patience in the situation than the people who typically are way more like chill. They in certain situations, you or I may react better for whatever the reason is. It could be whatever. So I mean, it's all about the duality, or us being multifaceted. I don't fucking know, but I do enjoy us being able to deliver to come to this new um awareness at the pay, like, in the way that we do. But I also enjoy seeing everybody give out the information the way that they do, because I think it's important.
Y'all know what part about deconstructing is the hardest for me? Um, Having a level of empathy and understanding for other women when it comes to internalized misogyny, and like also protecting myself as far as like, am I being manipulated, or can I give this woman grace for the internalized misogyny? Or is it my internalized misogyny that makes me think that this woman is manipulating me? Or is she truly manipulating me? Like, and it's like, I don't think that you can hold nobody accountable, right? I think accountability is a self thing, but it's almost acknowledging to myself or out loud or to others, or any form of acknowledging that a woman is wrong for what she did, even though I know all worlds may lead back to internalized misogyny. I'm always in like a what came first, the chicken or the egg situation when it comes to women and internalized misogyny. I don't know.
No, but that's part of the fatigue too. That constant overthinking and like the second guessing I was talking about. Cause like it's like you can say like it's important to critically think about things, and you get used to critically thinking about things, but sometimes that shit you be like, all right, I gotta turn this shit off. Cause like at the end of the day, I get what you're saying, but the way I rationalize it, I be like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. It happened. We get to that bridge when we get there. Because like you have to have something to like bring you out of it too. Because sometimes I be overthinking some shit and I be like, let me take a break. Because I hear what you're saying. And that's why I think like it's so important to listen to your intuition. Because my intuition telling me you manipulating me, then shit, you manipulating me. If my intuition say that like I was wrong, but I wanted to say something, then fuck it, that's what it is. And sometimes like that's how it is in real time.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that when it comes to stuff like that, like having empathy doesn't mean that you have to put yourself in certain situations though. I think that loving people from a distance, being understanding of people doesn't mean that you need to mingle with them. So like I say this all the time, like I don't think that I understand like with certain neighborhoods, why they are how they are. I get the history of it. I get the systematic racism in it. I get the putting people in food deserts and desperate situations. What that brings. I understand all that. I get it. I understand it on paper. I understand it in real time. I get it. But I'm not going to associate with certain people with a certain mindset. Not because I don't have empathy for them. They do not, for whatever reason, whether you a person who just think that that's how they are, or you a person who think that they are systematically being programmed to be a certain type of way that's detrimental to them and others. When you clock detrimental to them and others, that's where I'm clocked out at, because uh, I can't be around someone who is willing to be collateral, because if they're willing to be collateral, I am not safe. Like, if you will put your life on the line for a man to say job well done, like he God, you're not safe for me. You're not safe um for children, for the people I love. You ain't safe. You will hurt somebody. You'll be on the next motherfucking witness stand talking about he went to church every day. He was a good man. You'll be the first one to do that. I no ma'am, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. So my thing is, yeah, like I'm not associating with people who will put themselves as collateral. They don't care about themselves, because I know they don't care about nobody else. So I'm gonna move around. But I love you. Heavy on the love you. Spell it LUHYA. Love you. But I love me more. So I'm gonna move around. You got it. I'm gonna keep you lifted. You know, every once in a while I'm gonna put like a little post up on the Facebook so you can read it, or I'm gonna do my little live broadcast and maybe you'll slide in there and you'll catch up on something. But maybe you'll put Megan Thee Stallion on and you'll figure something out. But until then, baby, you got to stay. You can't be in my space, and I think that's okay.
Yeah, and I think it's important to remember too that even within the realm of deconstruction, there are going to be people who are going to try to like manipulate you, or like who are not deconstructing on a level that like is the same as yours, or you are even like weaponizing the idea of deconstruction in order to manipulate people, right? Like people who say they're deconstructing but aren't really. Like there's one like Jeff, people like that, you know.
Damn, I was thinking about Yellow. You was thinking about Jeff. I was thinking about Yellow. Goddamn, man. But Jeff too. You ate with the Jeff thing. You ate.
I think it's interesting how like you can fake it with somebody else, you can't fake it with me. I love seeing the bullshit.
Who is this? I know that sound.
Who is this, nigga? I don't know you.
Yeah, I've been called worse.
I only know the Cash App sound.
Listen to this.
I know that Venmo sound too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Ooh, man,
Hi, Slam.
how y'all doing? What have I got myself into?
I don't
Who is
know.
Sam?
I know him. Hi, Slam.
How you doing, Liz?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I was just out. You know me. I'm out flirting. I feel flirtatious. So
Okay.
I've been out.
You got Cam up to be flirtatious, but
What the hell?
You ain't said that. What's that supposed to mean? Is that a threat? Is that supposed to be something that I?
No, that's exactly what it sounded like, sir.
What he's a lizard.
My camera is something that I'm supposed to run from. young lady.
Are you
Sir,
hot in
you
the
look
pants?
like you be on the registry.
He hot in the pants though.
Nah.
No,
And
no flirting, sir.
I don't believe that's the static 99. That's some bullshit. That's they say the older you get, the less predatory you is. That's a motherfucking lie. The older you get, the worse.
What is you? Hold on. Well, okay, so what? How? I'm trying to figure out what is. How does that have anything to do with our conversation? What is that something that you would just resonate on, or
Oh yeah, I'm a victim, and you look like
oh, no, 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 no.
a
Okay, wait,
predator. So you scaring me. You definitely triggering me. I don't got no
listen,
shame in it. I'm
listen.
scared. You look like somebody who did some stuff.
Wow.
You look like somebody who would do something. You scary, sir. Hey, hey, hey. You scary. You scary than a motherfucker, sir. Sir, you are scary. You're scary.
I've never been told that in my life
I'm scared.
because I'm not that person, right? So here's my conundrum. I can say it.
Sir, I just wanted to interrupt you to let you know that you scaring Mia. She's scared. You scary. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna validate me. Yeah.
Cause when you came up talking about, let me tell you why. When you came up,
But you
and
know,
I ain't really telling you, I'm telling the ladies.
I I'm
When you came up here and you
I'm
said
offended by
you
that.
had your bedroom voice on, and
I'm
you
offended.
came up here talking about you feeling flirtatious
I'm offended by
with three women on the panel,
that.
that's scary.
But I'm offended by that.
Do you hold up real quick,
I'm
Eagle?
Making it
offended.
seem like you
Eagle,
making it seem like
Eagle.
I'm some kind of
Hold up,
cosmos weirdo.
Eagle. Let me ask you a question,
I'm
Eagle.
hurt by that because I
Hold
don't.
up,
People that
hold
know
up.
me, they tell me
I
you
want to
go
ask you a
through all
question
of
though.
that. That
When you
hurt.
go,
That's
when you go
offensive.
on panels with men, do you do that?
What is you talking about?
You
What
tell
the
men
fuck
that
would a
you
man
feeling
go on another
flirtatious?
time? I would listen. I'm not gonna go there with that. You asking me that would I talk to a bunch of fucking men like women?
Mm.
I'm serious, bro.
It's coming out of you,
Don't
sir.
make that side of don't make that ego side come out.
No, the evil side already
Listen,
out.
listen, you told me that I was frightening.
You are.
That's
Yeah.
disrespect.
That's
That's
her. No, no,
disrespectful.
no. That's
Yeah.
her opinion, sir.
I
And
know,
instead
but
of
that's
feeling
still
disrespected,
disrespectful.
you know what else is disrespectful?
I listen.
You know what else is
Anybody that know me can
disrespectful?
tell you different. That is not who I
No,
am, and
they
I
Well, we
scared of
refuse
don't
you
to
know
accept
you.
too.
that,
We
young
don't know
lady.
them
But
either,
wait, but
Man,
sir.
wait,
I
Lynn.
don't care.
The
That you
people
don't
who know him
disrespect.
scared of
You don't get
him.
the right to disrespect me like that.
No, the
If
people
you
who
want
know
me
you
to
scared of
respect you,
you.
if
The
you
people who
want
know
me
you
to respect
scared.
you, then you have to respect me.
No,
It's
you
And
don't.
you
simple as
have
that.
No, you
if you
disrespected.
care,
I didn't
if
disrespect.
you hold on, hold on, sir. Did y'all drop them? Because I'm away from my phone.
No.
Okay, sir, if you maybe it will be advantageous for you as a man to listen to what a woman is saying that you're doing to startle her. Because maybe, have you ever stopped and thought about it? Maybe other women might not tell you that you're scaring them because they're scared to tell you that you're scaring them. So even if it is not what you think about yourself, I would never want somebody to think that I'm doing something to scare them. Therefore, if somebody said, Lynn, you scared me. And I'm like, hold on, sir, person, I don't want you to think I'm scary. So what did I do to scare you? So I can ponder upon what they're saying. And maybe I can see some like validity in that and I can not do the scary thing anymore. And I'll be like, I can see how that could be scary. Let me not do that. And then guess what? The discussion will be over and we can move forward. But instead you took it and you took a defensive standpoint to it And that doesn't do anything but just prove that you're a scary person. You said don't let the evil side come out. That's further proof that you might be a scary person. It's not helping the case.
He said that he thinks that he
I
can
mean,
come into
hey,
a live
listen,
with women.
let me before y'all cut before she sliced into me. You now listen. My delivery. I apologize for my delivery. Right, my response. Right. Um, I'm going through a divorce. And it's a lot. First one I ever had in my life. That, however, that's no excuse for me to be disingenuous to what you have said with regards to my delivery. And I do apologize. Okay.
But you didn't let her finish. You cut her off. So
No,
you don't even know.
I apologize. So, I mean,
Okay.
if you want to continue, fine. If not, I can leave. That's cool. But I'm, I'm just saying.
Yeah, coming into a live with women and thinking that that it's safe for you to say you feeling flirtatious and because they're women, this what it say. Cause it really doesn't matter about the sexuality. Um, but you saying, "Oh, I wouldn't do that." Y'all expecting me to talk to men how I talk to women. All that tells me is that, oh, I show men a certain level of respect that I don't have to show women. And so your reason, you going through a divorce should not be being divorced shouldn't be a reason that women got to be subjected to you being creepy on a panel that's talking about deconstructing. And this not a dating show. This ain't a dating room. We don't got pineapples up. This ain't no freak fest. Like, these are grown, intelligent women who are human beings, who have brains, who don't just have coochies that you can look at or put something in. Like, we're human beings. So when you come up and you talk about flirting, like we ain't shit, like we got to be subjected to that. No, that's disrespectful, and it tells me that if people in your life don't have that energy, it's because they're scared of you. Because if
No,
I
it's
was
not.
around
Listen,
you, if I was around you, I wouldn't have said what I just said. I would be 100% uncomfortable if I was in a room sitting with some homegirls talking, and you walked in talking about, "Hey, ladies," and just disrupted our conversation. I'd be scared. I wouldn't know what you would do to me.
listen. Can I share something with you, please? My baby sister, my youngest sister, she has a Black Panther chapter in Arkansas right now. And I talk just like I'm talking right now because I'm a big kid. But she know you don't we don't know each other. But I'm saying I do, partially say stuff like I just said right now in a room full of them women, black women.
And they
Black
don't care.
Panther. No, 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 no. Black Panther women, and
Uh-huh.
all of them have sidearms on them
And what
because
they
they know,
say.
but no, because they know that I'm a big kid. They know that I don't mean that like that. They
Okay,
know
well,
that.
they stupid. Them
No,
and they sidearms
hey,
is
you know
stupid.
what? I
Hold on,
don't,
how you
I
hold
don't,
on? How
I
don't you
don't,
see
I
that? Hold
don't,
up,
I don't, I don't,
ego.
I don't, I don't.
Why
You know
don't you
what? I
see that
can't.
Oh,
though?
I'm
I
a
That's
big kid.
crazy.
No,
listen.
no, I'm a
I'm
Hold up,
sorry. I'm
ego.
sorry.
You
I'm
don't even respect
sorry.
people's
I can't.
space.
I can't eat.
All
I
right, all
don't.
right. So now you the victim, which is crazy because like you just said, I would never go in a man's space and do that. But like, what make you think it's okay to come in here and somebody you in a flirtatious mood? We don't know you.
No, women,
Why
y'all
you?
trying to jump on me because I come in here cracking a joke, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't
What
have
was
to
the
hear it.
joke?
I'm
It
sorry
wasn't
you
funny.
offended. Be offended if that's what you is. Real
That's
No,
why
you're
talk.
you.
not
That's why your
sorry.
wife leaving you because you
I don't
stupid
care.
and you a predator.
I
You're
left my
not
no. I
sorry.
left her because she's racist and she's feminist. That's
That's what
why.
you get.
Because
Literally,
you're
Slam,
That's
you
feminist.
didn't.
feminist.
Fuck
No,
out of
because
here with
now
that
you're
goof
changing
ass
your
shit,
story. Like that's
clown ass girl.
you're literally changing. That's not what you said before.
Well, I hope she called you. I hope y'all had race play and she called you all kind of you know what. So I don't give a
What
fuck.
did he say before? Hold on, Mia. What did
He
he say
said his
before,
wife is
bitch?
leaving him.
She white.
Yes.
Ooh. Not you lying, sir. You thought you wouldn't do that to his. I bet you he wouldn't go into a room with her white tea family and friends and say that shit. Wow.
That explains a lot.
And you know what? I wasn't gonna bring that up. I wasn't gonna say anything to anyone, but like now you're just telling. Now it's like, okay, you're lying, and I didn't bring up your divorce. You did.
And I hope her daddy dog walked you and had you scared of motherfuckers on with hoods and horses. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I hope she take you for everything that you got, and I don't give a fuck what nobody think. That bitch is scary, and he want to talk crazy to black women because he think it's okay. So I don't give a fuck what happened to him. I hope that lady run his ass through it. I hope she run him through it. I do not care.
And like he listened to the women anyway, because your sister, a fucking member of the Black Panther, created a Black Panther chapter, and you went on and married a YT lady. It's fucking diabolical. Bitch, you don't listen to women. You don't fucking listen to women. Mr. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Sir? And just because them bitches like it don't mean we gonna like it. The fuck wrong with you, stupid?
Cause we know them women can't stand his ass, and I think it's interesting because like we were just talking about that. Like he crashed out because like how come y'all don't see me as the way I want to be seen? You coming in here and talking about well I wouldn't go in a man's space talking about I want to be flirtatious. Why would you come in this space talking about being flirtatious? You're fucking trauma dumping about getting it. Don't nobody give a fuck if you getting divorced.
And don't.
Yeah, I don't have no empathy for you, sir. I don't know. Like, I hate when one thing that grinds my gears is a nigga trying to extract empathy from me. This shit ain't gonna work. I don't give a fuck. Stop trying to appeal to my feminine nature. I done told y'all hoes I'm masculine. Fuck
Then
wrong
trying
with
to
you
be saying talking about she graces.
Yeah.
And that was okay until you wanted to try to weaken. You wanted me to feel bad. See, I like to throw back what they do because all of a sudden you want to bring up you hit all the points. You put on your fake voice, your corporate voice with a fake apology. Then you want to talk about your sister being with the Black Panthers. Then you wanna your last card, the one that you had to slang out, it was the big joke. And I'm leaving my YT wife because she graces. Sir,
Man,
don't
She
even
wasn't
that lady,
racist
the
enough.
gracism was okay. I don't miss that, y'all. The gracism was okay. The feminism
right.
is what was the nail in the coffin. You can be a little racist because he a little racist too. The feminism was a hell nah.
That's what took him
But
out.
what kind of feminism? Was it the feminism that's like, hey, I'm gonna peg you feminism? And he just said no to that?
No.
Hmm.
She probably not even racist. It was probably just a feminism.
Yeah. I don't want to like got like whatever, but he was telling me about it the other day, and he was telling me about it the other day, and I was like, and he was like, as a woman, would you do that? And I was like, yes. Like, because he was talking about something his wife did that he thought was egregious, and I'm like, that wasn't even egregious at all.
Well,
And he's
tell
like,
us, Liz. Damn,
so
fucking.
he said that like, because keep in mind he brought up the freaking divorce. I did not bring it up. I was not gonna, but he told me, he was like,
Liz, fuck him. We is not judging you for telling that man business. Literally, fuck
Yeah, no,
him.
tell his business.
Right.
he was like, no, he was like, she and I told him like, why are you talking about this all over TikTok? Whatever. He was like, she has a friend who's bisexual, and she went and like her friend, they were at a party or something, and the friend was sitting on the couch, and like his wife went and sat with her, but like on the floor, like where she, like next to where she was sitting, or like between her legs, but like, okay, she's sitting on the couch, like she probably sat like near her, like on the floor near where the friend was sitting, and he was like, that was so disrespectful because like everybody knows that she's bisexual, and like it was disrespecting me for her to do that. Like, and he was like, you would never do that, right? And I'm like, I might. That doesn't sound like a big deal at all.
Yeah, you assume because this lady bisexual that she attracted to your wife and want a relationship with her. Fucking diabolical.
Yeah.
That is weird. I mean, insecure. Oh, hey, Tara.
Hey, but wait, real quick, Prince. Why Liz act like we were putting her, like we had put her in the chicken wing? She wanted to tell us anyway. Liz act like we put her in the chicken wing and said, "Give me all your money or else." Liz
Tell
was
me all the
like,
tea.
"I don't want to tell it." Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna tell it. I love it.
Whatever. He brought it up.
He did bring it up.
I didn't bring it up. But when you're just gonna sit there and lie, like he just lied. Like I was there when you were telling me the other story. So like,
As soon as he brought it up, it was like Liz, like, I hope this. Damn, I know you ain't say this. Let me be careful. But Liz was like, I hope he say so because I wouldn't be able to say so. And as soon as he did, she was like, nope. Hell
well,
no.
listen. You know why though? Because the other night he was inebriated, and he brought me up on his panel and he started like just yelling at me about his divorce for like 30 minutes, and I did not know how to get out of it. I was sort of just felt like, I'm like, can I call a friend and like tell them to come pick me up or something? Like just say there's an emergency. Like I felt very like backed into a corner, and so it's like you made me listen to that for 30 minutes and make me feel like I can't leave, and then you're gonna get up on this panel and like lie about it? No.
See, Tara, Liz need to read Rude.
Yeah, because 30
Read Rude.
crazy.
Yeah, because why would you sacrifice being uncomfortable for him to feel comfortable, making you uncomfortable? Hell no, Liz. You need to read Rude by Rebecca Reed. It's by a Wahite woman, but points were made the whole time, literally the whole time. And women need to start being more rude.
Well, but this is where like, you know, things like the deconstruction can like, I think maybe even cloud a person's judgment, because he is like very active in like the, I guess you would say maybe the like the parts of TikTok, like the pro Black spaces and stuff. And like, we've had a lot of conversations like surrounding that topic.
Ain't that crazy? Because of his reputation, right? You feel like, oh damn, I gotta endure this shit. That's crazy,
right? Or like making me feel, yeah. He didn't make me feel, but like, just I felt like, you know, I couldn't just dismiss him as like being a like, you know, any other.
No, but
dude.
But the conversation isn't necessarily what he did. Is about having boundaries. Like, I don't want to do shit. Like, don't nobody give a fuck if you getting divorced. Like, go cry to your fucking therapist. Like, but like a lot of women, and that Lynn Wright, that's something you need to deconstruct, because like you're playing a nice role. You compromising for another person. You would never feel like you could never go in his space and be like, well, I'll be doing this work or whatever. Let me tell you about my divorce and what I'm going through. Never. He wouldn't, like, men don't make space for women like that.
Right. 1000%. Yeah.
And he lying.
Yeah.
Whatever he claimed he did, that nigga lying.
Yeah. So
next time you see him, cuss him out for yourself. Cuss that motherfucker out.
Yeah, I mean, if he might have blocked me at this point, I don't know, but yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, that is fine. After that, you know, when I went up there and I was like super uncomfortable, I was like, I've just been avoiding going to his lives. I've been avoiding, like, just because, but yeah.
That, like, I love calling people out for audacity. Like, that shit, y'all sleep so good at night. But yeah, I hope you can work through that, Liz. It's okay. You took one for the team. Next time you know better, hopefully. What you want to say, Frank?
Excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Ooh, and Liz, you can always phone a friend. Ask us in the Discord. We'll tell you.
Yeah, send a bat signal for us. We love cussing niggas out. Like, that's crazy.
That's true. Okay, yes. Mm-hmm.
I ain't never gonna come to. Don't call me for the for the YTs and them, but the men, like, I want like call me for that. I like to be called for shit like that.
I know for next time. Thank you. Prince, did you want to say something?
Oh, yeah, I thought you guys were still talking.
Yeah, my Prince been trying to talk. Go ahead, Prince.
No, it's okay. I'm just wanting to wait for the flow to like run its course. But yeah, no, I was listening to the Deconstructing live, and like a lot of it's a lot of great points, but it's like it is hard and isolating, like deconstructing, especially like for me at least, it's a lot of levels of isolation and it being hard. But the one thing that is a good thing about deconstructing is like realizing that it's okay. Why did I say it like that? It's okay to, explore who you are outside of, society or the things that have been trying to fit you into this identity that doesn't quite fit. I feel like I said that so weird.
I'm gonna ask you the same question. If it's hard, then why are you doing it? Why even do it if it's so difficult?
I guess because I don't know. I don't think I have an answer for that. Not for myself, at least. It's just something that I've just been doing out of instinct. It's like, oh, this doesn't fit. Okay, time for me to change it. But it's like what makes it hard is everyone around you is so used to you being this one particular way. It's like, no, you can't change. You have to stay who you've been this whole time, who we want you to be. And it's like, no, I don't want to. So I think that's what makes it hard, so to speak.
Yeah, because I think it's interesting how we could say it's hard, but even though it's hard and it's isolating, like you still choose to do it at the end of the day. Like you can stop, you can play the game and like be cool with motherfuckers again or whatever. But it got to be something that's more rewarding than it just being difficult. Because why would people do that? Why would people put themselves in that situation?
True, and I think it's like not like when it gets to the hard part, I think it just masks it being scary and like that initial like fear of the unknown. It's like, oh my god, what am I doing? It's like, can I do this? Should I do this? And then like once you start doing it and you find like-minded people and you get the help that you need and you start building up on that, I think it gets less hard and less scary. And now it's just a matter of finding that confidence to be who you're supposed to be. Oh, bye, Liz.
Y'all got anything else to say?
Fuck that weirdo.
I just want to say, when it comes to like deconstructing and unpacking, I'm gonna give Prince the award. I really am. Because unbeknownst to y'all, and I ain't gonna tell her business, we had a very difficult conversation. And when I tell y'all, Prince took the conversation and she wasn't like offended, nor did she not say, fuck y'all bitches, I ain't coming back. She grew from the shit and I can see the growth. And I'm just proud of Prince for the growth that she is doing. I can see the glow up. And I think that that's amazing for her. Because that's all I want to see from her.
I co-sign it. I'll co-sign that because I know some conversations are really awkward, and to have to face people after gotta be hard. I don't know.
Yeah, Prince ain't no bitch. A lot of y'all out here think like because you loud and because you always on the panel, you big and bad. But Prince is a really big bad motherfucker. She ain't no bitch. A lot of y'all bitches. Y'all running whole panels being bitches. I'm talking about men and women. Prince not no bitch. Alright. I respect it.
Oh, thank you. I
Shout
got
out
it
to
from my grandma. I was a real tough broad. But at least to talk to that, having that moment, it really did like push me over this hurdle that I had, and it really opened up opened up the pathway that I needed to, truly start becoming a better person and a better woman. So y'all becoming a better person and a better woman. So y'all thanking me, I'm thanking y'all, because I would be stuck if I didn't have it, and you get tired of being stuck.
yeah. That's why I say like,
Yeah, shout out to Granny.
ain't nothing like having some people going to tell you the truth about yourself. I believe that wholeheartedly.
It's beautiful. Um, and I do think it to me it is about it. Damn, it is about not being a bitch. Like, just for lack of a more palatable term, that is what it's about. Like, being able to like be honest with you. When you're honest with yourself and you not scary, it look different from people like what Lynn talking about, people who just like loud and they act like they got it all together. Um because it is gonna look different. Like, there are, like, we all have shit with us. I know one time I was talking to me and Terry had this tough conversation about like this victimhood. Well, I don't remember her saying it like this, but this is how I wrap my brain around it, like this. And I know it's hard to say the victimhood thing because it's a weird place to be when you are a victim, but you, like, when there's actual evidence of you being a victim and then you're acting in, I can't think of a better term other than say like this weird victimhood space. And of because I'm honest with myself, I'm able to be able to hear what people are saying. But I will say it doesn't make it easier, but I do think it's necessary. Cause how you gonna grow? Like, how you gonna grow if someone can see something in you and they want to give you advice to help you, and you don't want to take it, even though you know it may be true, or even though you might can take some of the meat and spit the bone out? How can you grow if you're above reproach? And I think that,
Quote Lauren Hill. How you gonna win when you ain't right within?
oh well, that's what it is then. But you got to be able to, and I think that it takes a very resilient, tough, strong, you know, person to be able to say, hey, no, this is hard and I'm upset. Like, I don't want to hear this, but I'm gonna take it in. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and take it in. And I also think that when you're honest, you also are able to figure out when people are just poking at you too. Because I'm gonna tell you this, Prince, it's done been some situations where people try to cover up they bullshit they was telling me with like this fake I'm supporting, trying to help you thing. And what it showed me was they was on some bullshit. But me not feeling like I'm above reproach allowed me to be able to see it. So you also are going to be able to clock when people playing with you, and that's important too. Like, don't get it twisted. And can't no just anybody just be talking to you crazy. Now you got to be able to discern that, and I think that you definitely can. You definitely can discern what's up and what's down, and that's a beautiful thing. Trust me, it took me a long time to get there, baby. I was swimming with the sharks, baby, for a long time, for many summers. I was swimming with the sharks. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to be to grow and be resilient. I love it.
And when you say like swimming in sharks is interesting because like part of deconstructing is like when you looking at yourself is like you essentially like admitting that it's your narcissism. You're trying to dismantle your own narcissism. You're like fake identity you created to protect yourself. Your inability to take criticism, like your need to be like seen as like somebody's not weak, not vulnerable. Like it's this whole persona you gotta put out, and it's like it's about deconstructing that. So like even just the now the dude, for example, how he couldn't take what you were saying and like not get his feelings about it is a sign that somebody's not fucking deconstructing. Because like, yeah, you some people won't be playing in your face real time or whatever, but you getting angry, upset, and fucking combative because somebody challenged your ego or your identity is a telltale sign that you're fucking a sheep in wolves clothing.
Mm-hmm. Hands down. Hands down. And he done heard, and people like him done heard that shit before. I wasn't the first. I
No,
wasn't the first.
him coming up here talking about he want to flirt with us. Like you wouldn't do that shit in no fucking man space. Like you wouldn't do that. And he said that shit was whole chest like it was okay. Like, of course I wouldn't do it. Like, nigga, you okay? And you talking about the work your sister did? Them people don't even like you. What are you talking about?
And that's why I be telling y'all, men sexualize us as a way to disarm us. They know what they doing. They want us uncomfortable. They know what they doing.
For him to cam up like he was that nigga is crazy.
And he creepy and old. That's why y'all need to look up what the static 99 is. That shit's scary. That shit's scary. And it's basically like a test or not a test, maybe like a survey that they give to sex offenders to see what their risk levels are. And if y'all read it, and it's like across 50 states. It's across 50 states. I learned about it from watching this YouTuber Mandu on YouTube. He shows all these different parole hearings I'll be telling y'all about. And he have a playlist, so he have them like organized in different categories that you can look at. He do a lot with Louisiana, but he also opened it up to Connecticut and some other places. But and he has a playlist that's specific to sex offenders going up for parole, and he often talks about in those videos, he talks about this static 99, and that's how they that's how they read their risk level, and it's scary. It's scary how they read the risk level. It's scary. So the way he came up here is like it's the classic behaviors. Like imagine him walking in a room with women or young girls or teenagers. Imagine what type of time he on. I want y'all to be honest with yourself. Hearing how he came up in here in this virtual space and how he tried to justify it by saying he a big kid. I'm telling y'all, I can't say this enough. I say this every chance I get. Y'all, I know it's difficult. You said what?
I said clock it because I didn't even think about that until you just said it right now, and you made the correlation between him saying I'm a big kid. You eating.
Y'all
That's
gotta.
some Pied Piper shit.
I'm telling y'all, like it's a hard thing to do, but if y'all follow the YouTube channel Mandu and watch the parole hearings for the sex offenders, I'm telling y'all, as much as you can stomach, you need to hear what they say when they answering the questions about the crime that they did, how they talk about it. Pay attention to the age of the victim, and then pay attention to the supporters and hear what their supporters say. And when I tell you it's sick, but what you will be able to figure out is little clues like him saying he a big kid as a way to justify how he disrespected grown women in a virtual space, and then how quick he went to being violent. Who can confront him in person? What can a 13-year-old do if her and her friends are hanging around and he approaches them? Because he a big kid. And then he's that aggressive, that harsh, that scary, that menacing. And he do look like somebody that I know that didn't never get on the registry but should have got on the registry. His victims are endless across parishes, but he never got arrested because every woman that he exploited to have access to their children protected him in spite of their children being victims. So he do look like him. A lot of them motherfuckers look alike, if I'm being honest. A lot of them motherfuckers look alike, but that's just me being shady. A lot of them motherfuckers look alike, but that's just me being shady. But I'm telling y'all, this man talking about he a big kid. Y'all gotta be able to, y'all go ahead, Prince, my bad.
No, I was gonna kind of agree to it, like when he was saying, "Oh, I'm just a big kid." I'm like, ugh. Predatory, because that's and like you said, it's a lot that it's like a catchphrase that you hear from the creepy uncles or the creepy cousins in the family and the neighborhood. It's like, oh, I'm just a big kid, I ain't mean no harm. And it's like, no, you're 40 years old. Why are you infantilizing? Damn, my brain was like, keep up, mouth. I was like, why are you infantilizing yourself? But at the same time, your rage and your violence wants to be grown. It's like this under the jail.
Quickly. But yeah, Tam, a grown man said it. Tara gonna post it on her YouTube. But yeah, yeah. That was crazy, and that is what it is. It is him purposely trying to infantilize himself, and that's what they do when they get caught by authorities. All of a sudden, they try to come to this understanding, like it's always the same thing. Oh, I was doing. You ain't see the way she looked at me. It's always something. So you ain't see the way she looked at me. It's always something. So yeah, y'all gotta and I think it's important too to clock the reason why I say the family members, because when he said that his system don't care, now I don't know if he could be lying on them people. Like Tara said, them people can't stand him. The reason why they might be armed up is because the women was like, the next time your creepy ass brother come in here, just know this 9 gonna do them just fine. That could be what was said, but it's also a possibility that they are okay with it and that they'll come armed up, armied up, ready to go to war. If how dare you accuse her brother of something, even though she know he was touching on her when she was a kid. So who knows? We'll never know. But I don't be liking when they try to throw people under the bus, because it's possible that they scared. It's possible that they scared, or it's possible that they complicit. And either way, it's dangerous. No matter what.
I loved how you just picked up on it. These niggas be weird as hell.
Gotta clock it.
Real quick, y'all. If y'all not following my YouTube, can y'all follow my YouTube? It's Terra.js. This is at the top of the screen. Support Black women.
Quickly.
All right, I'm eating a sandwich. I'm gonna mute that real quick.
It sounds good too. I don't need to eat sandwiches. But yeah. Go ahead, Brent.
I was gonna say, like, sandwiches are like the best for the summertime because you can just cook it. You don't even have to cook it. You can just like put everything real quickly and it'd be okay eating something cold.
I guess that's true. But I heard the meat be having bacteria on it.
It depends on the meat. Like,
I'm not sure I'm talking about the sandwich. That's crazy.
Now that you said something, now I'm kind of worried.
Y'all rude as hell. That lady with you, y'all up here talking about I tell you about people.
That's respectful.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna say anything.
Especially coming from the hypochondriac over here. This lady afraid of anything. She afraid of her own sneeze. She just snows. Yeah, that's the past tense of sneeze, y'all. It snows. Just in case y'all. She just snows like 15 minutes ago. That lady was scared. She is afraid of her own snows. Sneeze.
I'm afraid of everything.
Prince, snows is not the past tense of sneeze. It's the past tense of sneeze. Is squalls is the past tense of squeeze. And it is.
I'm gonna tell my students that.
Feel free to use it. Squalls and snows. What's the past tense of sneeze, y'all? Is it sneezed? Sneeze.
I think it's sneezed.
Sneeze.
I think it's sneezed. I'm gonna Google it
because snows sound better. You snows.
I'm gonna say whatever.
Like squeezed, squoze sound better. You squoze in that dress. That means you went extra hard. Like you really got into that motherfucker. You used baby oil and all to get in there. You squoze in that dress. Squoze.
No,
y'all need to spell it for y'all.
But the thing, if these words are not words they need to be, I'm gonna just say that they need to be.
Right? Don't you like it? Squoze.
I squozed.
You better trademark it before somebody else said they said it first, though.
And snows.
That was trying to call.
That's snooze. Damn, how can I spell snows, y'all? Snows.
Snooze. Snow. S-N-O. Snoozed. Z-E-D. Snoozed.
Squoze.
S-Q-U.
You see it, coconut squoze. She squoze in them shorts. It puts some. See, you can see it. She squoze in them.
I can. Wait, what? Ooh.
See, the waist trainer didn't help. You squoze in that too. You squoze in them spanks.
This shit is crazy.
You squoze in them spanks, lady. Come on now.
Those skims. She squozed in the skims and it didn't do anything.
Precisely.
God damn.
Back to me being scared of her sneeze. She's scared of everything. But y'all hoes.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be like, we need a past tense word for sneeze, y'all. And I'm gonna make up a word.
On the fly.
Wait, you know where she got that from, Mia?
Yes.
That lady out of control.
Gonna make it up on the fly like it was your idea.
Ah, damn. You might as well. Shit, everybody else do that shit to me. Sneeze. No, coconut. Let me tell you, sneezed sounds too much like jizz.
I snizzed.
Like damn, bitch, you sneezed all over me.
That still sounds sexual. Sneeze.
No, somebody can snizzle on you.
Snizzle.
No, I agree with it. Like, cover your whole nose so you don't be snizzling on people. I think that's valid.
Oh, jeez. I love the English language. This is fun.
It sounds like something a Who would say. Like, like from Whoville. Yeah.
From Whoville?
Sneeze. You know, people be telling me I look like Cindy Lou Who. Diabolical.
A couple in the throat.
Cindy Lou was. Yeah. I think I give Martha May Whovier, if I'm being honest. Ooh. That bitch was a bad bitch. Martha May Whovier. Who was a badder baddie, y'all? Jessica Rabbit or Martha May Whovier?
I don't know who the fuck Martha
That's a
is.
tough one.
Or Miss Bellum. Remember Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girl? We ain't never seen her face, but we knew she was a baddie.
That's hard, Lynn. Those are very
That
hard choices.
that lady name.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that lady. That was one of my niggas calling. Excuse him for interrupting the girl talk. That lady name was Sarah Bellum.
Oh.
Cerebellum.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
her name, Sarah Bellum. Who else was a baddie? Roxanne was a baddie. She was like a teenage baddie though, but so you can't say that.
People.
Shigo from Kim Possible. And Nani from Lilo and Stitch.
Nani was a baddie. You don't know who? Ma'am, how you don't know?
I didn't have cable growing up. I don't be knowing all the cartoons and shit.
Shigo was a baddie. You know who Shigo is from Kim Possible? Shigo was a baddie, but Shigo wasn't giving Martha May Whovier. Martha May Whovier. You never seen How the Grinch Stole? Have you ever seen How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Tara?
Yeah, I know some of them.
Remember the lady, the one who was in love with the Grinch, and she was a baddie.
I don't know. Them people funny looking. I don't know what you talking about.
She was still a baddie, and we never seen. That's what I'm saying. We never seen Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girls. They never showed that lady face, but her whole energy was baddie.
Baddie with a master's. She was
Yeah.
the real mayor of Townsville because ain't no way.
Yeah, the mayor wasn't the mayor, and that made sense because he was stupid, and her name was Sarah Bellum. Get it?
Yep. I mean, it took me 20 years, but yep, finally got it. Like, oh.
That's what Phil came in me alive the other day, said that stupid shit. Come out. How you got a degree in psychology, but you don't know the parts of the brain? I'm like, what the fuck is this man talking about?
And, like, that's like psychology 102. You spend a lot of time on the parts of the brain.
Fuck that.
Like,
I'm not answering no questions about Phil until he tell me what happened to this man.
God, yeah.
Like after that, it's pure theory and just raging against.
Didn't he say something that Trump did was genius?
Freud.
Yeah, he said because I was telling him he can't be a passport bro for too long. The USD, it might go down. He like, no, Trump fixed that with the tariffs.
With empty ports.
Nigga dumb.
Every port just empty. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all
in the money, baby.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. A couple of things been happening, right? And I'm trying to mind my black lady business, but I'm gonna tell you, I can't do it. And that's on purpose because we said was gonna mount our business, but the business is not being mount because I seen a video of ICE kidnapping some girl, and yes, it's kidnapping because she was only 16, and it was like a blood curdling scream, and I was like, Lord have mercy. And I just like my heart dropped and I was crying. And then they handcuffed her mom too. They sending in people to prisons in El Salvador. That is sad.
No, the women can't go to El Salvador. They're going to Guantanamo Bay.
No.
Oh my, what? They're not. No, they're not. What?
That's inhumane.
It's a Gitmo.
Yeah, so like El Salvador won't take women or children. It's just the grown men who can go to El Salvador. Everybody else is going to Guantanamo Bay in them concentration camps.
Wow.
Because they had some women they sent to El Salvador and they sent them back. I'm pretty sure that when they make the new prisons or whatever, there might be a possibility. But right now, it's just the men. Yeah, I be getting lost in the politics, and I be letting it like that's why I like that we be talking about some of the stuff we used to be talking about, because like I be need a break from it. I'm be honest. Them sending the Afrikaners over, like this big old thing with the birthright citizenship that's in the Supreme Court, like this should be a lot. The
It
woman in
is.
Georgia, it's yeah.
You got me thinking I'm
Damn.
gonna change my major.
What you mean?
Cause right now my minors are in like, German, English, and fine art, but like with art history, what I focus on, it's so wrapped up in politics and propaganda, and how images affect how people think and what they believe, and just how everything is like, it's pretty much showing that time is not linear. I just switched my
Might be a lot at
master's to
first for
fine
you.
art.
That's how it is. You can barter with information, be a lot, but I don't know. That ain't where I wanted to go with. I don't know how that happened. Maybe I should have talk about Phil and his no neck head. Damn. Where that nigga neck at?
Right there with his CPAP machine.
Mia, are you still here or are you somewhere else? No, Mia done left us, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all on there. I don't want to do the politics talk, y'all. I do enough of that in the morning. But I appreciate everybody. Again, if you ain't follow my YouTube, go follow me on YouTube. Just subscribe. You ain't gotta do shit, but subscribe. Eventually we're gonna start doing lives over on the YouTube, but I be lazy. I'm gonna set it up one day, real soon. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen.
Exciting.
In this video, I'm gonna have to cut it in two because they gonna copyright for the videos that me and Mia played. I'm gonna have to cut it out and make 2 videos, but it's all good. I appreciate everybody who gifted to the gift gallery and supported the live. Tap the screen. I appreciate y'all. I got a second strike on my main account, fucking with Terry dumbass yesterday. So I'm gonna be on my backup for a while, just so y'all know. And then I plan on starting a internalized misogyny series on my main account. Don't hold me to it, but that's what I plan to do. But I appreciate all y'all. All y'all, for real. Y'all the real ones. Thanks for coming by hanging out. Hope y'all got something from this conversation. Good night, y'all.
Night,
Yeah.
Tara. Have a
Good night.
good
It's not
one.
bad, my Lisa.